Welcome outside the Phoenix Park motor race as well. We can look forward to them this week. To tell us a little bit more, Leon Ulty's here with us, and you've brought some fantastic cars. Will all of these cars be in action at the weekend?
Every single one of them. Biggest race meeting of the year, Aidan, and free in is the big one for the public, so it's going to be a great show at the Phoenix Park this weekend.
All right, how does it run? Does it run across the weekend, or is it just the one day?
Yeah, all day, every day. Friday is kind of set up, and that's when the party starts, a few barbecues and stuff like that, and then all weekend, Saturday racing, Sunday racing, both afternoons.
And a lot going on for racing fans, and a lot going on for people who just want a family day out, and it's a lovely, safe environment. It's well run, well organised, and as you were saying earlier, sure, it's probably one of the oldest racing events in the world.
It is. 1929 was the first Irish Grand Prix there, and that was won by Count Boris Ivanovsky, a Russian Imperial Guard apparently, and he won that in an Alfa Romeo. He was won a couple of races around then, and it's the 80th anniversary of that this year, so it's a big meeting.
All right, our friends from AskRacing.com have given us a great dig out again this morning and getting cars here and just been around the place. That's a beautiful Porsche.
Yeah, that's a GT3 Porsche. That's Philip Jones's car, somewhere around 300 brake horsepower. The Porsches have their own class in Ireland, and it's been very successful. They of course will be racing at the Phoenix Park this weekend, so that should be a good one to watch. All
right, Dunboyne of course has a huge culture and history of motor racing, and so it's good to see Dunboyne Motor Club represented here as well.
Yeah, that's Dan Daly's Reynard, again about 550 brake horsepower in that car, a Holden V8 engine, and Dan very much involved in the Formula Libre class. They're racing this weekend for the Dublin Grand Prix trophy, which has been resurrected, so that's a big race on the Sunday. Yeah.
And high speeds?
Probably somewhere around 170 miles an hour in these two, the quickest Formula Libre cars. There's also a 2-litre class. You see some of the smaller cars here. There's a Van Diemen and a Reynard there as well.
And whereabouts in the park? Because I mean, some parts of the old road there now can be quite rough.
They are quite rough, yeah. It's a great track. It's actually right down the main straight where you go to work in the mornings, you know, Castleknock to heading towards town. If they miss their braking, they could end up in the Liffey, you know.
It'll be superb. And I look with all of the racing cars that stand out, but yet down this end beside us, there's a lovely little Fiat. What's its story? BT Racing's.
Yeah, that's Dara Brennan's car from Riverside Fiat. He's racing in the Punto Abarth class. This is the quickest one-make racing class in the country, somewhere around 170 brake horsepower, fully kitted out. You can see the roll cage and everything, racing suspension, Dunlop slick racing tyres. You can see there's a few battle scars on this car. It's been out last weekend, and it's going straight to Riverside's body shop when we're finishing up here, because it has to be immaculate for the weekend, yeah.
And next to it, we can't mention some of the advertising on that, will be done for the law, but anyway, there's Renault Elf we can mention. Lovely car.
Yeah, that's a Van Diemen chassis. That's one of the 2-litre Formula Libre cars, and beautifully turned out. Again, Dan Daly from the Dunboyne Motor Club has brought that car along. 2-litre class, also racing in the Dublin Grand Prix, but the big bangers, as they call them, are these Formula 3000 cars, the next one along there. Yeah, nice. And then there's the next one, the orange car there, third car along, is a Formula V. That's the cheapest and most accessible single-seater class in Ireland.
The entry level, is it?
Yeah, 1600cc air-cooled engine, about 85 brake horsepower, but they've given fantastic racing this year. Just watch out for the Formula Vs in the park. That's going to be really exciting.
When you say entry level, what sort of money does that car cost to get into?
The top, that's Stephen Kershaw's car. It's probably one of the quickest cars in the country. You're probably looking at, say, 10 grand. But I mean, you can buy a Formula V for 3,000 or 4,000 euro if you want to start racing.
Okay, nice way to get into it, perhaps. Now, the 2-seater there as well.
Yeah, that's a Radical with a 1500cc motorbike engine, but it's a very light car, a lot of aerodynamics, and somewhere around 250 brake horsepower, sequential gearbox. That'll be in the Formula Libre class, along with the single-seaters.
And also now, I mean, a lot of volunteers required for this weekend, so who'll be stepping up to the plate? Which of the associations?
Well, Anne Stevens is the woman who's put it all together. She's done Trojan work. She's going to be clerk of the course. She's supported by the Leinster Motor Club, and of course Motorsport Ireland heavily involved as well. And there is a lot of work. They're building the track for the last week or so.
And what about funding all of this and putting it together?
There's no real funding involved. The drivers pay their entries, and there's some people have come to the party. They've got a lot of media partners and stuff like that, but a lot of work's going into it. There'll be a lot of other displays. The kit cars are there. Octane.ie have a display, and they'll be doing a few laps at lunchtime. That's the biggest.
Alpha providing a rake of cars as well?
Yeah, the cars, well, it's Alpha's 80th anniversary of the Grand Prix win, so they're supplying all the safety cars. They'll have a display of new Alphas in the paddock. The paddock is actually in Farmley House this year, which is the first time we've used that, so it should be a good weekend.
And a good day today, because it's the official launch this afternoon.
Yeah, official launch this afternoon. There's a press launch this afternoon, so you should see some of it in the papers tomorrow, hopefully, a couple of models and racing cars, that sort of stuff. But the biggest message here is it's free, Aidan. If you want to bring the family down, there's no charge. Just come and watch the motor race and have a bit of fun.
Okay, it's hugely popular. Every year there's tens of thousands turn up.
Yeah, it's really, really good for the drivers and their sponsors. Plus, it's a big party weekend for these guys. Biggest race of the year. Some of the guys will tell you that winning the Phoenix Park is like winning 10 Mondellos, you know. All
right, well, enjoy, Leon. Thank you very much for coming in with the cars this morning to show us all about the Phoenix Park races that are happening this weekend. Free in is the big point there.